you have probably this anime, and if you haven't heard about this anime, it's a great anime. I like it. It's a fast-paced anime. I didn't find any moment where I was thinking that it was slow or laggy or draggy. I like it personally. One thing I would recommend is that if you go on, let's say, Netflix or Crunchyroll, do not judge this anime based on the description that they have provided. For example, if you go on Netflix right now, all it says is that the high schooler Yuri finds herself on top of a skyscraper in a strange world where she must survive against masked assailants bent on killing their prey. While yeah, this is part of what's going on in the anime, but I don't think that they have really kind of grasped the plot of the anime. It's hard to explain, but just long story short, do not read the description that they have provided. Just watch a couple episodes. I'm sure you'll like it. In this realm, and they're essentially the killers who want to kill humans, or essentially drive the humans to the sanity and have them jump off the building. And that's all I knew. But not long into the show, it was established that masks are not actually the bad guys, rather they are the victims or the prisoners themselves. These masks are quite advanced in a way that they control the brain of whoever wears the mask through these digital codes essentially, and they control the function of the wearer through different kinds of commands. Now, not too long into the show, once again, it was shown that there were different kinds of masks, and essentially different masks seems to act differently, and it's almost like they had different goals, they have different set of rules, and so on. So once again, we'll go through all four masks. We have the smiling mask, we have the angry mask, we have the emotionless mask, as well as we have the faceless mask. We had the axe wielder, who actually did the opening scene of the high-rise invasion, the bat wielder, which Yuri saw while she was speaking to Rika, Mayuko Nisei, actually she wore a smiling mask herself, and not to forget the claw wielder, because of whom throughout the series Mayuko Nisei looked like this. So again, these are like the smiling masks, the angels, and from what I understand, they have three main commands. You got despair, murder, and suicide. Now despair is when all these masks are trying to push humans to their extent. They're trying to pressurize them into giving it in and making sure that the humans reach to a point where they cannot take it anymore and they just jump down from the building, essentially committing suicide. The second command that these masks have is murder command. This gets initiated when the mask decides that this human cannot be pushed to commit a suicide. That's when they just go ahead and they just pretty much kill the human. And then the third command that this mask has is the suicide command. This happens whenever the mask becomes kind of defective, and what happens is essentially the mask gets defective, and if the wearer of the mask starts to resist the commands that mask is giving, or if the mask gets removed, the mask simply just initiates the suicide command, and anybody who's wearing the smiling mask pretty much have to end their own life. One thing that we saw later in the series was that whoever's wearing a smiling mask, they do have a command that makes sure that they do not attack or they do not kill anybody who is a god candidate or who is closer to God. In certain cases, they are allowed to reveal that information to others. For example, if you remember when the dealer mask. Next we have our emotionless mask. Now these masks, they do not combat. They're not commanded to hurt anyone or kill anyone. It seems like that their only function is to provide wild supplies to the people all over in the high-rise realm. It's also shown that they can speak freely and they can even share their knowledge about, let's say, anything that they know. For example, when speaking to Kwon and Sniper, the emotionless mask, he informed them about being a god candidate phenomena and how it can help bring whether it's a peace, whether it's a chaos, based on whatever God wants, it can help them bring that to this world and how it can change the entire world. Now next we have is what's called the Faceless mask. These masks contains the embedded code to create a god candidate. Upon wearing this mask, it takes around 10 minutes for the codes to execute, and following that the mask destroys itself. Hence this is a single-use mask. Now these masks are special in a way that they 100% respects the will of the wielder, and as a result the characteristics of the user, they're never altered. It will however give supernatural powers to the wielder along with the power to manipulate, where a god candidate can manipulate the angels. These powers however are compressed in the brain of the user or the wielder, and it needs either decompressing or recalling before the user can actually use the powers. It seems like however there also needs to be some sort of synchronization or chemistry between a god anime. Let me know if you like this video and if it was any good at all, and if you'd like to see even more videos like this.
怒った？
怒ってないよ。
怒った？
怒ってないよ。